Hey YouTube, Texas Blades here. I want to apologize to you guys for not doing any videos recently. We've just been really busy around here. We always try to get one video a week out with our other two channels, Texas Gear Reviews and Texas Blades, and we fell off a little bit, so we're going to jump back on that, and we're going to start getting at least a video every other week out or something like that. It won't be real often, but it'll be as often as we can do it. So some of you may remember this knife if you follow me over on Rando Survivor. We picked it up on trade. It is a case Bowie knife. A rather large knife. You can see my hand. The knife's big in comparison even to my big hand. So it had a busted handle on it, and I was going to replace the handle and just use the knife. But after I tore it down, you can start seeing there would be a lot of work that needs to be done to the blade itself to get its mirror finish back. There's some pitting on the other side on this same spot over on the other side of the blade. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tear it down and start grinding on it. So the first thing I did was I removed the handle. I went ahead and cut all of it off. Then that's when I decided I would go ahead and just make a new knife out of it. We haven't done any grinding in a while, so I figured it'd be a good video to do. So first thing I did is I taped out the shape of the knife I want. We're just going to grind this piece right here first and see what it looks like before I start grinding on this back here. I'm going to tape this piece off right here, and then I'm going to paint this blade in a high-vis red spray paint. That way I can see the shape of the blade as I'm grinding on it, and I don't have to keep the tape on there. Another thing is it's already heat treated. You don't want to take your heat treat out, so you're going to want to keep this. If you're doing a knife that you don't plan on heat treating afterwards, or that you took the heat treat out of, you're going to want to keep it dipped in water, keep it cool. If it starts changing colors, blue, red, orange on the still, that's just taking heat treat out of it as you're going. So we're going to get a pail of water and put it right next to the bench grinder, and then we're going to start grinding on this thing. So I'm going to get it painted, I'm going to get the tape taken off, and we'll see where we're at. Alright, so now we got it painted. I've let it dry for about an hour or so, and we're going to pull this tape off, and that should give us our general blade shape of what we're looking for. Just bear with me here. And I'm going to take this tang off right here at the bottom, but I am going to leave it on there while I'm grinding. Could have did this off camera. Alright, let me just peel this off. Quit trying to do it on camera, because that ain't working out so well. Alright, so there's the general blade shape. Handle's going to be kind of small. I'm probably going to have to come in and bring this line up a little further eventually. But now we can get to grinding. I'm going to go get on the bench grinder. I'm going to set up a small pail of water, a little coffee can full of water, and we'll come back. Alright, so we got everything set up. You can see I got my water back there to keep the blade cool, keep from taking the heat treat out. And we're going to start grinding on it. Now we're not going to do this in real time, otherwise it would be, an hour-long video. So we'll just be cutting in and out for the rest of this. Start off with a little bit of water on the blade. with the handle. I still got to cut the tang off, but I'm going to do that with a cut-off tool. Now we're going to start the tip. This is where you really want to watch your heat, and make sure you don't overheat the tip, because that's, you know, take the heat treat out and it's going to snap the tip of the knife. So we're going to take extra care not to overheat the tip of the blade. So we should be done grinding with the bench grinder. The rest of it is going to be done with a hand grinder and some files. So let's get it cleaned up and see what it looks like. Alright, so you can see it's about done. I'm about done grinding on it anyway. The handle is kind of small like I figured, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it the way it is. because I think I'm going to give this knife to my wife. That knife to my wife. You can see it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It needs to be sanded on, and I'm going to take a real fine file and clean it up a little bit. It'd be easier with a Dremel, but I don't want to heat it up. So I'm just going to use some files on it and clean that up, and then come back and clean this spine up. You can see back in there it's pretty rough. Up here I got it decent, flat from about here down. I'm still going to have to clean that up, and I want to get a good 90-degree spine on it. And I might have to send it off and have a handle made for it, because I don't know how to make handles. But there's some good tubers on here that, you know, make knives and make handles and make sheaths, so I'm sure I can hook up with one of them in a trade or buy a handle off of them and have them make it for me. I thought about just doing a paracord wrap, but if I'm giving it to the wife, more than likely it's going to be for food processing, so I don't want to, you know, have paracord on a knife that's going to be washed often and oiled and all that good stuff. We'll oil it with vegetable oil. As you can see, it will rust. Not sure what kind of still it is. It's got to be high carbon. Some kind of high carbon. I'm just not sure what. We'll just have to look it up. All that's going to have to be cleaned up as well. I'll do that with the sander. Just clean it up right there. The blade doesn't look too bad. I'm going to have to find a way to clean up that mirror polish and get all the stuff off of it. I've tried alcohol wipes and whatnot, so maybe some SOS or something, and then come back and clean it up with something finer to take the scuff marks out of it. I don't know. Well, we're going to call this one done. Of course, you can see it's not done, so we will update you guys as we go when we get this knocked off. And I think eventually I'm going to come back and take a little bit more off the back side of the handle as well. You can see the back side, the top of the handle is a little bit thicker than the bottom, so I think I can remove a little bit of material right here and maybe just a little bit more up here. It's too wide right here. From here to here is too wide, so I don't know. I'm just going to clean it up, see what happens, and we'll update you guys. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.